The piece of cake looked so good with all of that frosting on top. It wasn't your piece of cake, though. It looked good, though, really good, and it had been sitting on the counter for 3 days. You knew who it was, and you knew that they would be very unhappy if you ate it. Still, it seemed only reasonable that if they had really wanted it, they would have eaten it by now. Maybe they had forgotten about it. Maybe they had changed their mind about wanting it. Maybe you would be doing them a favor if you had a bite, just to make sure it was still good. Because things go bad when they're left on the counter, even things that are left in storage containers. Maybe they would never even notice if you ate the whole thing. Should you? Shouldn't you? What would it really matter if you ate one harmless piece of cake? Would the other person even mind? And as you wondered what you should do, it became quite clear. Be trustworthy regardless. This is what pleases God. There was no sugarcoating it. The kid was weird. She did weird things during class, like chew on her hair. She ate weird things like Brussels sprouts and liverwurst. She said weird things like, "Don't you think that cloud looks like a sloth wearing a hat?" Or, "What would it be like if we were all made out of Lego?" There was no sugarcoating it. The kid was weird, and everyone knew it. The other students, the school staff, even strangers who met her for the first time. No one wanted to play with her at recess. No one wanted her in their group for a school project. No one wanted to invite her to their party. In elementary school, in middle school, not in high school either. It became perfectly acceptable to ignore her, to walk around her, even to make fun of her behind her back or in front of her face. Until one day when she tripped in the hallway, and as she fell to the floor, everything in her backpack fell out and scattered to all corners of the hallway. Everyone laughed, and as you walked past, you were tempted to laugh too, because she was weird, and that made it okay. But something different happened that day. She looked up at you and asked for your help. Just as simple as that. Could you help? In a flash, thoughts raced through your mind. If you helped her, would other people think you were weird? Would they think that you were her friend? Would they begin to ignore you or laugh behind your back or even to your face? So many thoughts raced through your head in that moment as you wondered how you should respond. And then the most important thought surfaced. Be kind regardless. This is what pleases God. He was in a foreign city. There was business to do. He might have been able to find his way from point A to point B. However, this fog had gotten him turned around. He felt completely silly, standing on that busy street corner as people rushed past him going here and there. He felt completely foolish, not knowing what direction to go. And while he spoke the language, out of pride, he also felt hesitant to ask for help. So there he stood, a capable man, successful in business and confident in the outdoors, stranded on a street corner in the London fog, until a young man, a boy really, came along and asked the man if he could help. Greatly relieved, the man responded yes. Hearing what the man needed, the boy paused in his own travels to help guide the man to his destination. However, when the man tried to give the boy a little money as a thank you for the assistance, the boy refused to take it, simply replying that he was a scout, and as such, it was his honor to do a good turn daily. Lots of people must have passed William D. Boyce, the founder of Scouting America, that day. Lots of people must have been too busy thinking about where they were going or what they needed to do to notice the American newspaperman lost in the London fog. Not that anonymous Boy Scout, though. I'm sure he had his own places to go and things to do. I'm sure that Boy Scout was busy too, and yet he knew the importance of doing a good turn, of doing a good deed, regardless. Inspired by the 8th grade curriculum, I have been reading Animal Farm by George Orwell. I knew what it was about, however, I had never read it before. Anyone else read it? Yeah, it's only 100 pages long, and yet I found it really challenging to read. Frankly, this allegory of human behavior made me sick to my stomach because it continues to be too true. How many times throughout human history has someone risen to power, promising to care for all people and share the abundance of resources, only to hoard those resources and change the rules and twist the truth to suit those in power? Human history is filled with too many of such stories. And it's easy to become disheartened. It's easy to believe that nothing will ever change, so why bother? Just look out for number one. Just take care of yourself. Just do what benefits you the most. No one would notice if you ate that piece of cake that wasn't yours. No one would think anything if you ignored that weird girl sprawled on the floor with her possessions strewn everywhere. No one would blink if you too walked past that lost man in need of a little help, a little kindness. No one would even know. But you would know, and God would know. In a world where people spin the truth and make up falsehoods with AI, be trustworthy regardless. In a world where people feel justified for targeting those who are different, be kind regardless. In a world where we are so busy, so overwhelmed, just trying to get ourselves through the day, do a good deed, a good turn, regardless. God has told us what is good, that we should do what is right and what is just, that we should practice mercy and kindness, that we should love our neighbors by doing a good deed daily, that we should be a blessing, sharing Christ's light and love with all the world. This is what is pleasing to God. Amen.